Hey everybody, this is Scott Hudspeth with Agent Mastermind. So excited to have everybody here and welcome to this beautiful Tuesday. So today, we've done this class before, but there's a huge twist on it. I have my dear friend Joe Garris on the call with us today. He is a master at a lot of different things, but one of the things that he's created that I want to share with you guys is an amazing, how do I say it, Joe? A database connector. Let's call it a connector, because if your database remembers who you are and what you do for a living, guess what? They more than likely will refer you, of course, as long as you're calling them. We're going to talk about that too in this thing here. So hang on here. We got an amazing trial for you at the end of this presentation that you can literally turn on. Joe's going to do everything for you. He's written content. He's a content writer. He's written for some of the biggest content people in the industry. As far as to build their databases and build their people following them, and he's just a master at so many different things. But one of the things is one of the software that he has today that so many people have asked about in our private groups and personally on social media through a lot of different channels. So Joe Garris, welcome to the call, man. I know I'm going to take this first part, but then we're going to go into what you have for everybody on this call that they can use automatically. Just all they got to do is input the name, the number, and the email. Probably not even the number, mainly the email, to stay in front of their past database, which I think is a huge bonus for everybody else. So welcome to the call, brother. How you doing, man?
Thank you, man. I'm doing great. So awesome to be here. Thank you. Appreciate you letting me be on the call.
Absolutely, man. I wouldn't have it any other way. So, all right. So let's get started. We appreciate you guys' time. So I'm going to just kind of jump right into this, if you guys don't mind. So, guys, we're in the marketing to our database business, not the real estate or mortgage business. Listen to this. Stats from NAR say that 84% of the people said that they would use the same agent again, but in reality, 12 to 17% actually did. And the reason is that, Joe, I think it's because of our DNA. We're more excited about the chase and about getting another lead, another lead, when in reality, if we focus our time on the people that already know, like, and trust us, that we've helped get into a home, they would absolutely, positively, for the people they care about and want to help out, they would refer those people to us as well. So that's what we're going to focus on today, is marketing to our database. So here's the things that we do on a monthly basis. Not all of them are on a monthly basis, but 3 times a year for a phone call. So we call our database 3 times a year for a phone call. And I'm going to touch on each one of these. We do a snail mail once a month, which Joe has this dialed in, so we're going to cover that part for you. If we could make phone calls for you, we would do that too, but that's not for this call. We'll save that for another one. Text messages 1 to 2 times per year. Now, Joe's going to cover that part of it. Joe, man, text messaging is kind of like the new conversation piece. It's insane what people will do over text when if they just picked up a phone call, it'd be at 30 seconds instead of 3 hours, right?
Absolutely, man. It's amazing.
Yeah. So snail mail, I kind of messed that up. So snail mail is something you obviously send through the mail, and then email automatically once per week. So Joe's going to share with us the email automatically once per week, and we're going to go over that at the end here. So calling your database of past clients 3 times a year. I say 3 to 4 times a year. So there's live calls from you. Now, PhoneBurner, if you haven't used PhoneBurner, it's actually phoneburnerfreedom.com. It's a really cool system that allows you to upload your database of names and phone numbers. And man, Joe, I don't know about you, but if I was to call 100 people today and have to leave 70 voicemails, I'd just get a little old on like 10, 11, and 12.
You would need a lot of Excedrin.
Yeah, you need a lot of Excedrin, a lot of, like, it would just get, number 99 wouldn't sound the same as number 1. So what PhoneBurner allows you to do is to record a upbeat, exciting message, and then when you get the actual voicemail, you just push a button and it leaves that voicemail. So they say that you can get through 50 to 60 people per hour using this system. Highly recommend it. We all use it. And the best part is the third part here, Freedom Caller. So the Freedom Caller could actually make these calls for you. Get this. So if your Freedom Caller, we call them Freedom Callers because it gives you the freedom to do other things, you're recording the message, they're making the call, and guess what? 60 to 70% of the times, they're going to hear whose voice? They're going to hear your voice because it's your recording, and they just push a button and they hear your recording. Now, let's just say Joe's doing it, like it's Joe's voicemail, and I'm making calls for Joe, and I'm the Freedom Caller. And they actually answer the phone, and that's one of the questions coming in here. It's like, well, who answers the phone? Like, what do you say if they answer the phone? I just have Joe conversations. I just read the script. I wanted to give you a couple scripts, but hey, Joe wanted me to give you a call. He worked with you in the past. He had a little sticky note here, and he said, oh my God, you guys are so awesome to work with. And if we could only hit the universal reset button and work with people like you, our life would be amazing.
Yeah.
So they're having Joe call. So it feels like Joe called, except for it's somebody else calling for you. So it gets done persistently, consistently. Name of the game, right?
I just got a call from my dentist. Well, I just told you I just got a call from my dentist. Guess what? It wasn't from him. It was from his freedom caller. It was from his assistant. But in my mind, it was a call from him. It's just amazing. If you use the wording correctly, everybody thinks it's just from that person. So it's great.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the best part is you can do it upbeat. So like, here's a script, and we can give you a copy of this PowerPoint. Hey, this is Scott Utspath with ABC Real Estate. I helped you with your buying or selling your home, whatever it is. I just wanted to give you a quick thanks for letting me help out. If you ever have any real estate or mortgage questions, or would like to report of your home prices in your neighborhood, please give me a buzz. By the way, I was just looking at some of the home values in your area, and I think you'll be very pleased with what I have to show you. The best number to reach me is blah, blah, blah. Hope all is well, and hope to talk to you soon. Oh, also, if you have any friends or family members that could use some honest help, just give me a call about that too. I'd be honored to help you out. I'll talk to you when you give me a call back. Scott Utspath.
Man,
that's the script to answer. Pretty cool.
That could be used over and over again. It's awesome.
Over and over. So here's if they call live answers. So say this is you calling. Say, hey, this is Scott Utspath from ABC Real Estate. I helped you with your buying needs. I would insert in there, had this little, I love the sticky note strategy, Joe. I love that part. So, hey, I got this little sticky note on your file, and man, it was just such an honor to work with you and a pleasure to work with you. And if I could hit that universal reset button and only work with people like you, it'd be just so cool. So and then you just kind of, if you've ever have any real estate or mortgage questions, please give me a buzz. So how you guys doing? Family, friends, you can have the frog conversation. How's the family, recreation, what do you guys do for fun? Oh, by the way, who do you know and trust that would be able to, who would want to either buy or sell a home in the next 6 to 12 months that I can help out? So you have to ask for the business. So it's just a simple phone call. I think a lot of people, and this is the next slide, a lot of people think you got to talk for a long time, or you got to, out of respect, be on the phone forever and like build a friendship over again if you haven't talked to them a long time. So we suggest getting these 3-minute egg timers. And literally every time you actually get somebody on the phone, you just turn this egg timer over, and you gotta be within the 3 minutes, because here's why. If you make that call and you talk for 20 minutes or a half hour, they're going to see your number the next time. They're going to go, oop, don't have 20 minutes. But if it's a 3-minute, good information, you have a short conversation, it's polite, they don't have a problem taking that call. All right? So here's the big one, and I get this every single time. And Joe's like, dude, man, like, I haven't talked, like, Joe bought a car not too long ago, and his guy hasn't called him in 2 years. But what if the guy that Joe bought his car from called him up today and said, hey, Joe, man, how's it going, dude? How's that car working for you? And then Joe says, it's going great. And I say, well, you going to drive that thing till the wheels fall off? And then maybe it's been 4 years. Like, heck yeah, man, I love this car. I'm going to drive this thing till the wheels fall off. Or, oh, man, you know what? I was thinking about buying a new one. Like, would you be upset if the guy you bought a car from called you and it was 2 years later?
No, not at all.
Yeah. And I guess what I'm saying here is people don't, like, yeah. So the people aren't sitting around going, oh my God, I can't believe Joe, he sold us our home and he hasn't called us in like 2 years. What a jerk. They're not sitting around saying that. So just pick up the phone, don't be shy, and what's the worst thing that could happen? They hang up the phone on you? And I can promise you it's probably not going to happen that way either, right? All right, so Joe put this together for us. He said, put some dates and times for your 3 calls into this. And so here's some good ones. Spring and fall. Time change is a great one. Hey, just want to let you know the time change coming up, fall, and then, unless you're in Arizona, it doesn't change. You'd use a closing date anniversary, their birthday, holiday, 4th of July, or just pick a day. There's weird holidays, like every year. Pick a weird holiday.
Somebody calling them on their birthday. I mean,
I know.
Even if it's not you, if you had your freedom caller calling them on the birthday, I tell you, just take 20 people and do that. from your list, and you will be amazed at the response. It'll just
Yeah, that's a great idea. Great idea, and don't miss it. Whether it's you or somebody else, I like how you put that in there, because if you can't do it, have somebody do it. Have somebody like that is their job. Even if you pay them, like even if they're with you for 10 hours a week or something, and all they do is call people that have a birthday that week. Especially on Facebook. What if you just did it on Facebook and you said happy birthday, have a great day, and you did a little video that everybody gets? I mean, somebody can be doing that for you. Log in for you as you. Huge deal. All right, so if you have 100 people or more, of course, use phoneburnerfreedom.com. And the reason it's Phone Burner Freedom is we get a discount. We have so many people that we refer this to, and it's such an awesome system that they gave us a 20% discount. So if you go to phoneburnerfreedom.com, you get a discount. If you don't like the discount, just go to phoneburner.com and you don't get the discount. So either way is good with us. We are okay. So imagine what your business would look like if you made an additional 300 calls every 3 months. Think about that. To those people that already know you, like you, and trust you, and said that you would refer you again to their friends. Remember NAR, 85%, that would refer their friends, family, and coworkers. And it only took a total of about 5 hours or about 1 hour and 15 minutes a week. Think about what your business would look like. We all know it would be huge, right? Marketing to our database, putting more people in the database, marketing to those people, putting more people in our database, marketing to those people. So this is just one of the ways it's a phone call. So you're on vacation. Dude, get this. Joe, and I appreciate you putting this in there. I always forget about these things. It's so powerful. So if you haven't heard about SlyDial, this is a funny story. So a good friend of mine, Carl White, he used to, I think he told me the story. It was actually a friend of his that used to do this. He used to call his grandma, but he'd use SlyDial every year for his birthday, for her birthday, and he'd call her. And so he'd call his grandma on SlyDial, like, I don't want to talk to you for an hour, man. Every time I get almost an hour. He used to see her all the time, but he just wanted to call her and get it over with. So SlyDial lets you call, and it goes right to their voicemail. It's pretty funny. And then Sly Broadcast, be very careful with this. So you can call 100 people at the same time and leave the same message, and it goes right to their voicemail. Now, I wouldn't recommend that many. Maybe do 10 or 15, because I'm telling you what's going to happen is your phone's going to ring back. I did this one time, Joe, and every line I had was lit up, and the phone was just banging. It was crazy. So be very careful. When you do this stuff, be prepared to get phone calls back and have conversations with people. Now, if you have a Freedom Caller doing it, obviously do it at the beginning of the day, not the end of the day. So you can actually go home and return their calls and have conversations if you need to. So amazing, two amazing systems. I believe SlyDial is still free. If it's not, I'm sorry. Sly Broadcast, you pay for like so many, however many you want to call it. So if you want 100, 200, 300, it's really inexpensive. I consider it free because you're actually communicating with people when you normally wouldn't. You know, if you're going to be on vacation that week and you don't want to miss it, great way to send a message. So snail mail. I'll cover this really quick. So we send out something every single month. And get this. So all this stuff I'm sharing with you, we're averaging, this is our average as a group. And I'm not talking about 10 people. I'm talking about 150, 250 people, 300 people, 400 people. With doing the phone calls, the snail mail, the text, and the email every week, we're getting 1 to 3 referrals for every 100 in our database, okay, past database. We're getting 1 to 3 referrals for every 10 in process. And we're getting 1 to 3 referrals for every 10 that are approved and looking.
Wow.
So it's really, really, really powerful. So if you have 200 people in your database, very easily you could expect 1 to 3 referrals for every 100 if you do what we're sharing with you on this whole system here. So snail mail, we send out first month, I like you, I appreciate you, you're awesome, you rock. So whatever you like. Joe Girard, #1 salesman in the world, he used to send out every single month an I like you postcard. So like, for example, pick a holiday and just put I like you in it. I like you, have a great 4th of July. I like you, have a great Labor Day. I like you, have a great Memorial Day, whatever. I like you, Merry Christmas. I like whatever. Every single month he would send that out. And they said, Joe, when are you going to stop using that strategy? As soon as it stops working. So obviously he's got the world record right now. Superman letter. Everybody has this story. Everybody has a story where they've helped somebody some way, shape, or form that they didn't think they could get into a home, and you saved the day, and you knew of somebody that had a special program, or maybe you just listened to them and knew enough about getting them to a mortgage professional to get them into a program that they didn't think they could get approved for. So you would write a letter about that. Like, I saved today on Superman letter. So you'd send that out to your clients, say, hey, I knew this veteran. I was so excited to work with him. He never thought he'd own a home again, and I was able to help him and his family and his kids and his dog get into a new home. Now they have a fenced-in backyard where they can all sit in the backyard and play on the swing set and watch their dog run around. It's so exciting to do what I do. Superman letter.
Nice.
Then you go back to I like you, and then I'm a real person. So with the I'm a real person, you're just letting people know you're real. Like, hey, my family and I, we got to spend some time at a campground this weekend. It's so much fun spending time with the kids. I hid their phones from them so they couldn't find it all weekend. It was so cool. And we went to Yogi Bear Park, and we went down some water slides, and we went canoeing, and we went fishing, and it was just a good time, and it's just so nice to spend time with your family. I hope you were able to do the same. So I'm a real person. And then we just repeat it over and over and over again. We just keep coming up with new content, which is really easy to do because it's just real life stuff, right?
That's right.
So that's the monthly mailer.
It's powerful stuff.
It's really powerful stuff. I like you, Joe Girard postcard. That's what he did day in and day out. It's kind of like, I think Facebook swiped it from him, right? Here's one. Get this. So just sent out my first I like you handwritten letters to my database on Friday. I have already received 6 calls, and 1 client even stopped in to bring me a referral. And then somebody goes, oh, man, Andrew, that doesn't work. And so he says, I keep hearing this thing of a great thing to do, but it just seems a little awkward for me. Maybe it's a Miami thing. I just feel like people would be like, huh? But I'm glad to hear it works. So what I'm saying is, man, it works. Stop thinking about this stuff and just do it. Nothing bad is going to happen. In fact, great things will happen.
That's right.
All right. Can I write 300 notes? Who on this call would love, absolutely get excited about writing 300 notes? If you raise your hand, I'm going to be calling you because you got a job for you. So handwrite with blue gel ink 4 times in each quadrant of 8.5 by 11 paper. Print on color paper, print on pale card stock, and then hire someone to address the envelope for you. Or hire someone to do all of it. Hire someone to write exactly what you want them to say. Type it up, give it to them, and go, here, write this however many times, and send it out. Pretty cool, easy there.
That's brilliant.
Isn't that brilliant? Yeah. So you're invited to. This is what. So now get this. So what this guy did, and I don't know. It's one of Carl's buddies that did this. So he did it on 4 quadrants. So you can see like this is one piece of paper. So he wrote in 4 quadrants. Yeah. And then he printed it on color paper, so it looked like it was blue ink. That's why I said blue gel ink.
Right.
And then on the so this is actually a copy that it looks like he hand wrote on the piece of paper, and then he sent it out. Here's warm weather brings people together. Here's Carl Timmy. You are awesome. Love you guys. Boom. Whatever. So you can make copies, and it looks like it's handwritten. You'd never know, especially if you take it to like a Kinko's or Office Max or someplace that does high-end, high-quality copies. You'd never know that it wasn't handwritten.
Yeah, I mean, color printers now are just amazing.
Unbelievable.
The quality of a color printer nowadays. So, yeah.
Right. I'm trying to get them to, like, copy money for me, and they just won't do it for me. Cut it for me. And so I'm showing you how to do it without having to copy money. There we go. So there we go.
Yeah.
So here's some different examples of this. Here's another example.
Yeah.
Still don't have time. This is a great one, Joe. I appreciate you thinking of this. So send stations. SENDSATIONS. Don't misspell that. Trust me on that one. Don't do it. Send stations. So here's what this is. It's how to send out automatically. Postcard campaigns are sold in sets of 6 or 12. I believe, don't quote me on this, but they automatically send it for you. These are a bunch of different postcards. If not, you can order them and then send them out and say, hey, I was thinking of you. This was a great recipe we tried the other day. Check it out. All right. And then, Joe, you want to talk a little bit about text messages, like what this is all about when it comes to text messages?
Absolutely. So, text messaging, man, everybody is using their phones nowadays. Everybody is texting when they're driving and every other time, even when they shouldn't be. The awesome thing about text messaging is the open rate. I mean, it's so ridiculously high. So you're talking about, man, at 98%, I would be surprised if that doesn't even continue to increase. The thing you want to make sure here is that you're actually sending some good stuff out. You don't want to, with text messaging, you definitely don't want to just send anything out. You want to make sure that you're sending something good, but you can also invoke some curiosity with this. I think it was Ken Travis who said that he would sometimes text out to his listener. This is like that Sly broadcast. You don't want to text out. I would say you don't want to really text out more than about 100 people at a time.
Right.
An actual message. One message to 100 people, because of the replies you're going to get right away. So I think it was Ken Travis who said he was just thinking one time he would send out, hey, was that you I saw on Highway 1, whatever the highway was, the other day? And it's so he starts getting so all these funny texts like, no, I wasn't on Highway 1. No, I was over here. I was at wherever, and it just creates a it creates a conversation. Starting to have that conversation. Of course, all the holidays. There's actually a really cool calendar that you can get on Google. It's Google Calendar. If you just go into the Google apps, you can add a calendar for. And it's got all these unique holidays. So it's like, Find Your Shoes Day or some silly holiday. So you could even, I wouldn't say send that out, but you could even grab some kind of cooler holidays out. Today's Yo-Yo Day, just wondering if you're celebrating or something like that. But just something to get them to invoke a response, and now you've got that conversation going with that. Of course, sign your name in case you aren't in your phone. That's when you definitely gotta always remember. I don't know what else do you have to add about text messaging.
Oh man, no, texting is so what I usually use texting for is if I'm trying to call somebody and it's hard to get a hold of them, I'll text them a message just to see if they communicate that way, because some people are at work, they like to communicate that way. It's just a great way to do it. Like Joe said, though, be very careful how much you actually how many people you actually text at the same time if you do a group text. There's some different apps. It's called group text on iPhone, and then I think Mighty Text on Droid, and different things like that. So be very careful when it comes to that stuff. But it's just awesome. So, all right, consistency. This is the big slide. Consistency is the key. 1 per month for every person in the past database of closed clients. Always good stuff. Be a ray of sunshine. If you're gonna send crap, don't send anything at all. I think that's one of my slides up here, but. Is email marketing dead? So that's a good question. Email marketing yields an average of 4,300% return. If you're sending crap, of course, they're going to just spam you, and they're gonna probably block you or forward you into the delete folder or whatever. Get this: for every dollar spent on email marketing, the average return on investment is $44.25. That's from Email Expert. Email conversion rates are 3 times higher than social media, with a 17% higher value in conversion. That's from McKinsey & Company. Email is nearly 40 times better than Facebook and Twitter at acquiring customers, McKinsey & Company, because everybody uses it, right? Still the way of communication. I thought for sure email was going to go by the wayside, but it's not even close.
I had a lot of people thought that, but I think actually what's happened is all these other media have actually supported this kind of uprising in email. So you think texting. Well, I don't know about you, but man, I always check my email on my phone as well. And in fact, email is like, I think the second or third most used thing for your most used feature of your cell phone. So I'd have to find that stat, but yeah, so email is still huge. Email is without a doubt still my highest. That's my highest return on investment is email marketing. So. It's something. The great thing that has happened is a lot of people thought that it was gone, and a lot of people focus all their efforts on other media. But what you've been talking about in this whole presentation is, this whole training is, you use all of these things in combination with each other, and it's not like you have to do all this extra work, because you can have someone do this work, or there's automated ways to handle this. So email is definitely not dead.
Good stuff. Email your database once per week, so don't send real estate info. Like a lot of us get caught in the trap of they think that people want to hear about real estate. Really what you're trying to do is get to know your database more, give them information. I would rather see you send, hey, I just found out that there's a food drive or there's a art hop downtown. Just, hey, I'll be down there, hope to see you down there. Stuff like that, where you're like being a friend. Like send stuff that a friend would send. You know what I mean? Mix it up with video marketing. Snapchat's huge. If you don't use Snapchat, you can actually go on Snapchat, record the video, put the town in it, download it, upload it, send it to your piece. It's really cool. YouTube is, of course, huge, growing as ever. Don't edit stuff. Make it real. Like we're not movie stars. We're not newscasters. Like this is real stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Short call to action at every end. Here's what I got. Here's how it helps you, and here's what you need to do next. So, hey, guys, give me a call if you're thinking about buying or selling a home or want to take advantage of these crazy low rates. Just get a hold of me.
Yeah.
Automation, set it up.
Man.
Ask for the referral. Yeah.
Ask for the referral.
Who do you know? Yeah. Send me over your friends, family, coworkers. Automation. Set up a pre-written email campaign, and we're going to talk about that here in just a little bit. So here's, like, I Googled Tampa. What's happening in Tampa? Tampa Bay weekend events. Wherever your town is, just Google what's happening in town. Great content to send every single week. Although Joe has some stuff for us as well. Oops. So I'm not going to play this video because it usually comes across as a little like grainy and you can't hear it. And I'll make sure that you get a copy of this, but the video is embedded right inside. But he's talking about what's going on downtown and what's happening, and I'm going to be down there. And he just does a great job at this. So I'll make sure and get you a copy of this. Sound good? All right, let's see. So keep it simple, one shot, no editing. A lot of people, like, trust me, I fell prey to this. I used to do the green screen and editing and time and all that stuff.
Man,
guys, if you have a phone, and I know we all do, we all have a phone, right, Joe? I mean, remember how crazy we used to get with those videos?
Oh yeah,
Holy
it's
crap.
crazy. You know, one of our mutual buddies, Carl White, is the first person who kind of turned me around on that. I saw him doing these videos outside, and I was like, you know what, man, that just seems way more real than having like the White House behind you or something. Like, it just seemed kind of bizarre. And I was like, his is just real, you know? Like, yeah, a car rode by. Well, that's what would happen when the news person's doing, you know? I mean, news person is on the news, so it made me completely change my mind about the green screen. I haven't used my green screen in years now. But and I'm not saying it's bad, you know, and I mean, if you're really good at it, that's great. If you enjoy the editing, I just hated doing all the editing.
Yeah, right, exactly. And it's no fun, so don't do it. So Fiverr's, Fiverr is a place to get your videos edited. Yeah. Do not learn how to edit. Do not buy editing software. That's just avoiding putting out the video. Just record it, send it out. Make sure there's good sound. Besides that, let it go. So post on YouTube, of course. When all else fails, do a video sandwich, which video sandwich is just more or less you know how every day you wake up and on the Today Show or there's a viral video going on that everybody's viewing. It's just going nuts and they're talking about it. Just grab that, do a short intro. For example, oh my God, this is so funny. Like, this is so funny. You have to watch this. And then it's the viral video, and then you go to a short call to action. Hey guys, I'm just want to try to make you laugh today. Hope all is well. Hey, if you're thinking about buying or selling a home, give me a call. I'd love to work with you. Appreciate you guys.
Boom. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
short and sweet. Short and sweet. So Fiverr, Fiverr, edit video. That's, if you go to Fiverr, we literally, they'll do anything for you. I have a guy that edits podcasts for me. He edits to make sure that both the sounds are great. It's just an amazing place to go. How do we measure success, Joe? 10%? 10% is really good, right?
About 10% is I would say that's your initial goal for sure. I mean, you can bump that up, and we'll give some tips on how to try to increase that open rate as well. But I would say 10% is a pretty good. If you're getting much lower than that, you probably don't have a great list, to tell you the truth.
Okay, got it. And one thing I like to tell people: do not focus on the open rate. Do focus on the open rate, but don't focus on the ones that didn't open your. Like, so, you know, people come and go, Scott, man, I sent out an email to 200, and I only got 10 opens.
Yeah.
Guess what?
I got
10 more opens. Yeah, I got to unsubscribe. Like, it's 10 more opens than you would have got if you didn't send it. So focus on the fans, focus on the people that are open. Maybe they just didn't like the title or the subject, whatever. Doesn't matter. Keep sending. Don't stop. Because what you're going to find out is the more they get from you, the more opens they're going to get. But here's the thing. If they see your name in the email when it comes through, that's really enough, because now they will remember you. And if somebody's thinking about buying or selling, they're going to think of you because you're sending that email consistently, persistently every week.
That's right.
How often should you email? If you write crap, like I said, never. If you bring $100 bills, every single day. If I was coming by your office bringing $100 bills, how often, like, why did Groupon grow so big? Because there's money in there, right? There's savings. Why do people love Groupon? Why did it go so big so fast? Because there's coupons in there. So if you send good stuff, guess what? Like, even if you forwarded the Groupon thing or forwarded some special, like maybe Joe's Pizza, like kids eat free on Thursdays or whatever, like something of value, they're going to want to get your email. Again, right here I said focus on the fans. Some will opt out. Get a yes or a no. There's no money in the maybes. Who cares? Don't leave the wealth on the table based on the fear that everybody is opting out. Now, just don't do that. So get your emails open. The two biggest factors influencing open rates are the organization the email is from, and this is where Joe comes in. He's such an expert on this. So when this content that Joe writes that he's going to show you about, he takes into account all this stuff. So organization of email is from 64%. And the subject line is 47%, and that's from Chadwick Martin Bailey.
So I'd recommend people start like with their name. You know, you're in the real estate business. I would say you start with your name there as the from, so that when it says the organization of the email, basically they're saying the from name. You know, so other than saying Keller Williams, slash Joe Garris slash whatever, just Joe Garris, and then and the subject line, which I've got a couple of little subject line tips here as well. But
got it. Perfect.
Crazy subject lines can generate opens, but you've got to be careful with that. Like you want whatever your subject line is, you can generate curiosity, but you don't want that to kind of flow into I had this subject line that's talking about, did you see that dog around the corner, and or on the news yesterday, and then you're talking about something about how to buy a home.
Something different.
Doesn't make any sense. So you want to make sure
doesn't make sense.
Your subject line.
Don't trick them.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't trick them.
Exactly. So
But one subject line not to use is, "Hey, we found your wallet." Don't use that one.
No, do not use that.
For that.
Do not use that. Yeah.
We found your wallet. Yeah,
I think I remember that.
Yeah, remember that? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Use daily or weekly in subject lines is good. Use words sale or new. Using the word sale or new or video is in subject line boost open and click-through rates. Curiosity, because I don't know, for some reason video is a huge thing. People love to watch video over read. Curiosity, big benefit, controversy, compelling question, urgency, stuff like that. Automated email marketing for real estate agents nurtures your leads and past clients. This is a big thing. So companies using email to nurture leads generate 50% more sales-ready leads, and at 33% lower cost, and nurture leads on average produce a 20% increase in sales opportunities. So it's just keeping in front of them persistently, consistently, and I say do it on an automatic basis. And that's what Joe's here to show us.
Yeah.
Using marketing automation can increase conversion rates by over 50%. So Joe has this system called Follow My Clients, and I forgot to say that when I first started this slide. But Follow My Clients, and everybody asked me on the group, hey, what's a good lead management system? What's a good way to stay in front of my clients with email? But the problem is all these lead management systems or email platforms, they some of them come with content, some of them come with like so many bells and whistles that you don't use any of it. It's like, okay, what is all this stuff? And then you spend the rest of your life trying to figure it out. Joe's is now get this, you put in the email, you put in the name, you put in the email, and you're done. In fact, Joe will even upload this stuff for you, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. So, Joe, you want to talk about this right here? Is this something you want to talk about here?
So this is the platform that we built, and like Scotty said, what we decided to do with this Follow My Clients, and I know, Scotty, you have a lot of experience with this platform in the past. Well, we looked at this system and said, well, should we build a lot of additional features into it, or should we should we really just keep it simple? And we spent some time talking to a lot of very, very smart people, as well as our members and our mortgage originators as well. We also own Mortgage Web Success, which is a more of an all-in-one platform for mortgage originators. So we thought, well, should we build it more like that, or should we just keep it simple? And man, overwhelmingly, people said no. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple.
Yeah.
We need something to follow up with our prospects and past clients and do it really, really well. And so what we've done and what we're continually to develop with this system is really focused on, number one, making sure we have a great deliverability with that platform, making sure the open rates are good, and also making sure that the content is good, which is what we've really focused on. So what you see here is our kind of our main dashboard. This is like what you would see when in your account, and it just shows that this guy sent 153 emails since August. He had around a 19% open rate, which is phenomenal. The click rate is a little low, but that's because actually the call to action in most of the emails is to call. So it's so that makes sense that the click rate would not be super high. If you said click here to get this free home buying guide or something like that, your click rate
would be up.
Could increase. Yeah. So now this system, and I think let's see, what else can I show here? This just shows the messages that are scheduled at that point, and then the active campaigns as well. And so on the next slide there, something I wanted to talk about was the list segmentation, because this is something that is really, really important. So if you just threw all of your people into one list and started emailing them, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because they're getting information that if you're sending to prospects, you might want to send something to them that is focused on getting them back to work with you again. If you're sending a prospect that's never worked with you something that's talking about, them coming back and working with you again, it just makes no sense. So what we do is we segment, and we really recommend that you segment your list, and this is part of what we will help you, is to take your database and segment it into prospects and past clients for the most part. There could be even more segmentation there as well. If you have, for instance, if you have people that you have their birthday, then you can actually put that in as well, and the system will send out a birthday message as well.
Beautiful.
So
beautiful.
That's companies that use email list segmentation, 39% higher open rates. I mean, that's pretty impressive. So
39 is really huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
So down here, companies that use emails. Okay. So more or less, like, of all this stuff inside here, like, bottom line is, if I was to go and we're going to give you guys a trial on this, which I'm really excited about, Joe. I appreciate you doing that. So it shows, like, this is a database of people. It shows, like, more or less, tell us, like, walk us through how they would work this thing, because what we talked about is keeping this thing simple, and I know that you've done that. You removed a lot of the bells and whistles. Of course, it does do the opens and clicks and stuff like that, which is cool, but for the most part, it's really super simple to use this thing.
Exactly, yeah. For the most part, what you would do is you would just so if you were doing it yourself, which we actually talking to Scotty said, no, man, you have to add an onboarding type process. No, I didn't say waterboarding. I said onboarding. We have to add that process in there to make it really easy, because Scotty really cares about you guys making sure you're focusing on the right things. But if you were to do this yourself, what you would do is just import, click the import button, and you would upload a list. And then you would apply that list to one of our preset drip campaigns. And so, they're basically set and forget it drip campaigns. So if you go, now these are timely messages. You can also send timely messages, like Scotty was saying, things that are happening in your area. You can also do that. Sure. But really, to me, the real power here is what's already written for you, which are those preset set it and forget it drip campaigns, where you'll have messages. Some are real estate focused, but probably about 1 out of 4 are real estate focused. That's what we try to keep, that 1 out of 4, 1 out of 5 messages are real estate focused. The others are, here's 10 ways that you didn't know how to use, 10 ways to use vinegar in your household. I mean, that's one of my favorites. Or those little silica gel pad packs that you get. So these little, I call them hacks, little life hacks and things like that. People just eat that stuff up. They just love that, to find something new. And we try to keep the messages very generic so they can be used over and over. So we don't put a lot of technology related stuff like, oh, did you see the new iPhone 7? That's for this timely messages. But on the next slide, I show some of the drip campaigns. Now this includes some of the drip campaigns for our mortgage originators as well as our real estate agents. And we're actually building this week. We're going to be adding an entire sequence. I guess there'll probably be 50 or so new messages just specifically for real estate agents. But this just kind of shows you getting ready to sell. So that's a real estate message, and then you've got below that, some editable treats, and then you've got other information that's not really real estate. One thing that we've changed that I don't know if I told you about this, Scotty. One thing that we have changed in this system is we have created the ability for you to link any of your campaigns together. So you can have, let's say you have someone who comes into your system on a new home buying, or let's say they're a home seller. So you put them on a home seller campaign that maybe has 10 messages related to selling their home. And then you can automatically push them right after they finish that campaign. You can automatically push them to one of these longer term, 50 or 100 message type campaigns where it keeps following up with them over and over again. In the past, there were a little more constraints to that. Now we've created it where you don't have to use the preset flow that we create. You can tell us that you want to change that. And this right here just shows, for one, the personalization up at the top. Personalization, if you're not personalizing your messages, I don't care what system you're using, if you're not at least saying, hi, Joe, or using at least their first name in the personalization, you're losing about a 6 times lift in the readability of that is what we've read in the stats. So you want to make sure that you're personalizing your messages. In our system, it's automatically done for you. And so this is a good example of where you can embed a video as well on that last message. So you can embed. So what that is, that's a screenshot of a video. And when they click on it, it goes either goes to YouTube or goes to some landing page system. I'm not quite sure how he's got that set up. So you can definitely do that.
This is a template.
This is one of the
template. Click. The one thing I like about so let me just back up a little bit. So what this system is it's pre-built campaigns, pre-built content. You can put your own content in here, but it's set up. So I heard you say hundreds of emails. So how long could, if an agent wanted to put a client in here, put their email in here, and of course if they put their first name, it automatically says the first name when the email goes out, which is cool.
Right.
How many emails could they just leave it and set it and go? Is it like tons or how many?
So there's at least a year currently, but this is the so we in the past we really with all our systems we really only focused on the mortgage industry. So what we're doing now is we're building. So we have a campaign of I think it's around 50 or 52 new messages that are going to be added. So that's another year of messages if you choose to do it weekly. If you choose to do it every 2 weeks, then you're talking about from currently there's over a year and a half of messages at least, even if you don't interlink them. But if you add this, so if you do that bi-weekly, you're talking about 2 years already, and then 4 years. So that's a real focus for us. we're just wanting to make sure we've got a ton of great content for you guys.
Yeah. Now, here's the cool part I love about this. I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but every email that goes out has this click here to give referrals. You have no idea, Joe, how many people tell me, oh, my God, I get referrals from that thing every time an email goes out. Someone clicks on it and puts somebody's name and number in there. So it's kind of like we're asking for you. Now, this doesn't negate you asking for it, but it's just one more way to get one more referral with an email automatically going out every 7 days. So if you put them on Wednesday, every single Wednesday, they're going to get, it might be Thursday, but when the email goes out first, it's got 7 days later, another one. 7 days later, another one. 7 days later, another one. So you don't have to think about it.
So
I believe, this is a template, right? This is the template that's part of the system. So they see it just like this?
Yeah, so this is one now in mobile view. So all of the emails are mobile responsive. So in mobile view, that just goes down to below the like where it says respectively Troy Jones on the left. So at that bottom, it goes below. It looks like he's duplicated his confidentiality notice. I guess it probably didn't even recognize that, but it will actually go below it on your mobile phone. So the referrals will be just at the bottom there. But yeah, so we were considering removing that. And again, I like to ask our clients, what do they think about this decision? I don't like to just make decisions, without talking to the people that are using it. I mean, Scotty, we got so many emails. I mean, I just literally after the 30th email back saying, "Are you out of your mind?" I said, "Oh yeah, I think we're just gonna leave that in there." I mean, I didn't realize just how many referrals people get from that. So yeah.
Okay.
So
cool. So here's the cool part that Joe has done for us, and dude, I sincerely appreciate this. So what he has done is, if you want to try all of my clients, he's got a special link. If you go to fmcagents.com, fmcagents.com, he's going to give you a 30-day trial for $1. We got to make sure you're a real person. After 30 days, it's going to be only $49 a month. So, and here's the thing, up to 5,000 contacts. I haven't met anybody that has more than 5,000 contacts.
Right.
So if you have 200, 300, 400, you're good. You're up to 5,000. So done for you onboarding. So what does this mean? So, and I really appreciate you doing this. So if you send Joe an email list in an Excel or CSV format, Excel, CSV, not PDF, not Word. Well, I guess we could probably take a Word and figure it out. But Excel or CSV format, Joe and his team will add them to your system for you. So if you go to fmcagents.com, put in your buck, sign up, you're going to get a welcome email, I would assume.
Yes, that's right. Yep.
Welcome email. You're going to, of course, get your login and password. And then all you have to do is send your database. Get this. Send your database to support@followmyclients.com. And he will, in Excel or CSV format, he will upload them to your database for you, to your system for you. And then how would they get set up on a campaign?
So basically,
what's the best way to do that?
And we'll make sure, when someone emails us that database. And by the way, let me back up just a second. With that database, let's say you don't have. I mean, I met a lot of our clients who just have papers with all their lead information on it. And what I always recommend to them, I say, get someone in your office to scan them, post a project on Fiverr, and for $20, $25, someone could do thousands of these. Like, they will just type it into Excel. So don't worry about if you don't have your database formatted correctly. For one, we'll help you. We can help you with that, or we can guide you to Fiverr. I mean, here's the thing. We want you to use the system because we know the system will work. I don't want you to get on the system and then just not use it. Like, to me, that it just doesn't make any sense at all. So definitely with sending your email list, we will take care of that for you. And so cool. I'm sorry. What was your other question? I apologize.
No, so more or less when they sign up, get their login and password, and then they send their database to you. How do the programs start? So say I want to put everybody that I send to you on a weekly program? Do you do that for them, or they got to choose which one, or what's the best way to do that?
Yeah, pretty much we would if you tell us, and I think we'll probably end up. I'll probably edit that that welcome email so we give a little more detail on this, because we are doing a home seller and a home buyer sequence as well.
Okay.
And so so if we have that in really soon, then we'll just send out an email to let you know that. But we can automatically put them into like that realtor to client sequence that we showed earlier. We can actually add those in for you. So if you just let us know that you want them applied to a sequence, we can absolutely do that. You know, if there's an email, like if let's say you wanted to just send an email, one of those timely messages, one of those one-off emails to them first, then you just send us the content, and we'll actually just set that up for you. That'll be part of the onboarding, just to make it a little bit easier. You know, we have some people who just want to say, you know, hi, or for instance, we've got, you know, as the holidays are coming up, if somebody wants to send out a holiday message that way, then we can do that as well. But yeah, you know, what we will most likely do if you don't tell us is that we would send you an email back and recommend a sequence and make sure that that's okay with you.
Okay, cool. And one of the questions is, so can I send my own emails if I want to and not do one of the campaigns? Can I send my own emails?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
You know, the one with the video that you showed of Troy a couple of slides ago. Yep. That's his own.
Right,
that's his own.
Okay,
yeah, that
cool.
one right there.
Okay.
He did a video. You see, it's a minute video. I promise you, he didn't edit that. I can't imagine.
All right.
He did a video, and so you know, do the video. We can take the screenshot for you. My support team can do that as well if you need help with that. So, you know, if you have a question like that, like, well, I created this video, how do I get it? Email our support at followmyclients.com and just tell us what your problem is, and we're going to be right there to help you.
Cool. So it's only $1, so you got really only $1 to lose, and I would assume that if you absolutely positively hated it, that Joe would give you your $1 back.
Absolutely.
We just don't want to. We just got to have robots in there, like, because it's easy. It's so easy to get, like, have Joe have a system like this, have a, you know, somebody find his little login and automatically sign up a bunch of people for nothing if it was free. So $1, 30-day trial. You get 30 days, $49 a month after that for 5,000 contacts. All the content's in here. You just click a button. Joe will help you with this. His team will help you with this. They'll make sure that the emails are going out automatically. It's really super simple to log in and see it. It's super simple to add your own emails if you want to, or more importantly, have your assistant to do it for you, and so forth. So, Joe, man, I appreciate you putting this together for us and making it easy on us.
No problem, man. I know a question that we've got was, you know, what if I want to add? How do I get them if I have a website and I want to put, you know, a little opt-in form? We do have that as well. You can create a little widget, I guess you would call it. A little opt-in form, first name, last name, email, and you can actually get that code to add to your WordPress site or whatever your website is. So that's another option to getting those people into a specific campaign as well. So, awesome.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Yeah, I appreciate you too, man. I appreciate being here. Appreciate putting this together and making it really super simple. And you guys will get a feel for how simple it is if you give it a try. So. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here today. Appreciate you guys, man. If you do that, man, if you do those 4 things, if you phone call every 3 or 4 months, if you snail mail, we showed you how to do the I like you and the Superman and the I'm a real person. If you send the texts are really, really powerful, and we showed you slide out, we showed you slide broadcast. So all these different things, and of course, you send an email every 7 days, guys. I'm telling you. We do this consistently, persistently, and we have it automated either by an assistant or by a system like Joe has. Amazing things happen because you're staying in front of your clients. 85%, remember Nar said 85% of the time they will use you again, but they don't because they don't remember you. So appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here. If you're joining us for the first time, go to our private Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/agent mastermind, and we'll see you same time, same place right here on the web. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.